Looks like these two teams here are probably out of the playoffs, barring some kind of miracle, as Kansas City takes on the Chicago White Sox today. Both of them around 7.5 back of the wild card. So unless a miracle push, they're going to be out. Still a pretty good matchup today with Ian Kennedy taking the mound for Kansas City and Jose Quintana, who's having a fantastic year for the White Sox. So this should be a really good pitching matchup. I think it's a little underrated one. Of course, you got Verlander versus Hernandez out there when Detroit takes on Seattle. But I think this is a pretty good matchup here, and I'm going to back under the total of 8 set by Oddsmakers. A little bit higher juice on the under right now across the board, but I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to back that. I like for both these guys to pitch well. Neither of them pitch very well against these two particular teams earlier in this season when they've matched up. So I find it interesting. Oddsmakers set the juice a little bit higher on the under. I think they understand the value on both of these guys and look for both of these guys actually to come in and pitch really good ball games, probably get 2 quality starts. All right, let's go ahead and let's start breaking this down a bit. First, we got Jose Quintana for the Chicago White Sox. He gets the start. He comes in. 2.93 ERA and 1.12 whip. This is making his 3rd road start in a row. Now, he's been great this year overall, whether at home or on the road. And mostly, like in his last 10 starts, he's been fantastic. He doesn't give up a lot of runs. When he does get in trouble, it's by giving up the long ball. Same thing for his counterpart today, Kennedy. But he's been solid. He's had 1 bad outing out of his last 10. That was against Boston, which kind of happens to every pitcher in this league. So look for him to come in and have a nice quality start at the plate. The Chicago White Sox, really not a lot to talk about. I mean, they rank at the bottom of the league in a lot of categories. 23rd in OPS, 24th in total bases, or 26th in runs scored per game. So I don't expect them to score today much, if at all, against this guy here, Ian Kennedy, and he takes him out for Kansas City. He comes in 4.03 ERA, 1.19 whip. He's coming off a 1-hitter. And that was against Tampa Bay. Now, at home, his numbers dropped to 3.78, and batters are hitting just 223 against him in Kansas City. As well, like I said, with the same thing with Quintana is if he goes with the long ball, he's in trouble. 1 really bad outing out of his last 10. He gave up 4 home runs in 1 game to Cleveland. However, in the other 9 games, he's been fine. His last 3 games, he hasn't given up a home run. So it seems like he's coming around to finish out the year really strong. I look for him to have a really good day on the mound today. Kansas City, I've mentioned, we had them earlier just a few days ago against Toronto as an upset pick because they hit so well at home. Still, you're talking about a team, they rank 27th in the league in runs scored per game, and they don't hit the long ball a lot, which should help Quintana today, because that's where he could struggle sometimes. So look for this game to stay under the total of 8. It's going to be a really close one. I think it's going to be one that goes down to the wire, but 8's a bit too much, so that's going to be my play here under the total between the Chicago White Sox and the Kansas City Royals. And I wish you luck on your picks today.